Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome into Duval Daily, presented by JenJag.com. I'm Jordan Alua. Thanks so much for being here Sunday, November 23rd. We are here Sunday morning, Jaguars game day. Happy game day to everybody out there. So the reason we're doing this video, because I don't normally do a game day video, is the game's at 4:05. So got a little bit more time for this to get out there and for people to engage and all that good stuff. But B, we don't normally get news on Saturday afternoon that Brenton Strange is returning from the injured reserve. So that's huge news for the Jaguars. Tight end Brenton Strange activated officially by the team for this game. A couple other players were elevated from the practice squad via standard elevation for this game as well. So we'll dive into all that. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content here, please like and subscribe. You can also check out JenJag.com, pick up some new Duval gear, help support the channel, look good while doing it. So the big ticket item is obviously Brenton Strange, but you've also got Matt Dickerson, the defensive lineman, and Cameron Silman Craig, who have been elevated. He's a safety. I think that these are just two kind of deep depth and special teams elevations for this game. Nothing too crazy to write home about. Dickerson does have a lot of experience in this league, and Cameron Silman Craig, a rookie from Colorado, and he's a player that I think can bring it on special teams. And I liked his tape a lot. I liked a lot of what he did throughout the summer. So a player that it's nice to see that undrafted free agent, they've been able to keep him around and keep him in the program, and he's now going to get elevated. So good stuff there. But overall, this is all about, Brenton Strange. And Brenton Strange, what does he bring to the Jaguars? He brings a lot. If you paid attention to my bold predictions, I already have the Jaguars winning this football game. I don't have it going quite as swimmingly as it did last week against the Los Angeles Chargers in a game where the Jaguars absolutely steamrolled the Chargers 35-6. But I do have the Jaguars scoring more than 30 points for the second straight week. They scored 29 against the Texans. They should have scored 30. But I have them scoring 30. The Cardinals have been giving up a ton of points. The Jaguars have been scoring a lot. So if you want to see bold predictions, you can go check that out. I do have the Jaguars winning this football game. I think that it'll be not close, but I think the Cardinals will stay kind of within striking distance, and the Jaguars will have to close them out late. I think a player that's really going to help the Jaguars on both sides of the ball, yes, both sides of the ball, is Brenton Strange. Because having a player like this on offense, in my opinion, really can help out your defense by keeping your defense off the field longer. Why do I say that? I think Brenton Strange is a guy who has the ability to extend drives. On third down, you need a target, you got him. On first down, you need a quick target, you got him. He's been so consistent for the Jaguars this year. He has one drop on 24 targets, so his hands have been really reliable. He's come down with all of his contested catch opportunities, which haven't been a ton. It's only been 3, but they've been impressive. And he's a guy who picks up first downs. He's got 10 first downs. He's forced a lot of missed tackles so far this year. Just somebody who has been very reliable for the Jaguars in the passing game. And a lot of that is intermediate, middle of the field, but you've also got the ability to hit him on outbreaking routes in the flats. He really has been excellent. I mean, the one thing I would say, I don't think he's like this necessarily insane, seam stretching tight end, burner down the field, but he is really explosive in and out of his cuts. He's tough, he's physical. And again, now we're just talking about the receiver, how he helps you in the passing game as a receiver right now. He's a safety valve for Trevor Lawrence. I think there's no question about that. And there haven't been a lot of those types of players in Jacksonville. Jakobi Meyers is now one of them. And Jakobi Meyers, it'll be his third game with Trevor in this offense. I think that he's been one of those, automatic first down, chain mover. You throw the ball his way, he's probably coming down with it. I think Brenton Strange is in that same category. So having two guys like that, I think is really big, especially you don't have Brian Thomas Jr., you don't have Travis Hunter, you don't have those explosive threats to your offense. And obviously we know all about the inconsistency with Brian Thomas Jr. Brenton Strange, if anything, he has been very consistent for the Jaguars, especially the last couple years. I mean, he had a good year last year, but the way he came on for the Jags early on, before he got injured, he got injured early against the Kansas City Chiefs, right? And hasn't played since. That was week 5. We're now in week 12. So the Jaguars have sorely missed him. I think their offense has missed him. This is a guy who, against real, I mean, you just go back and look at his games. 4 catches on 4 targets against the Panthers for 59 yards. Very impressive outing. Against the Bengals, 3 catches on 5 targets for 17 yards. That was like his worst game in terms of just like producing, but I think he actually had a major positive impact on that game still, with the run game and just his blocking in general. Houston, in a game the Jaguars won by the skin of their teeth. Jaguars targeted him 7 times. He caught 6 of those passes for 61 yards. He has not found the end zone yet this year. But then against the 49ers as well, 7 targets, 6 catches, 45 yards. These are really good numbers for the tight end position. And they're not like, it's not like we're not talking about Trey McBride as a receiver here, right? We're not talking about Brock Bowers, but a guy who just helps the chains move, helps the offense stay on schedule as a receiver. And then there's also the blocking part of it. He's a great run blocker, whether that's in space, on the line of scrimmage, from the slot, coming out of the backfield. He gives you so much versatility as a blocker, somebody who can really handle their business in space, and bring physicality. This is a Jaguars football team coming off a game against the Chargers where their offensive line out-physicaled their opponent. They're going to try to, that's the identity they're trying to establish. That is the standard they're trying to establish in Jacksonville, is being a physical offensive line and run game. And you're seeing that with, like I said, Robert Hainsey last week, Ezra Cleveland, Cole Van Lannon, all these guys were super physical in the run game. And then now you add a Brenton Strange to that, to go along with Quentin Morris, who was very physical last week, and Johnny Munt, who does a pretty good job in the blocking department. And you're starting to see you could get more 12 personnel on the field. You can have 13. I mean, you could have 13 with Munt, Strange, and Morris out there. You absolutely can. Big physical guys that are going to move you off the ball, going to do a good job in space blocking, all that stuff. So that's exciting. Just the opportunity to have we haven't even talked about this yet. Just the sheer numbers, because you've been down Brenton Strange and Hunter Long for a while. You now have the opportunity to really come out in some big personnel. Again, 12, 13, 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends, and feel good about their ability to block. And I think with Brenton Strange and Quentin Morris, they've both proven that they can do it as a receiver a little bit. Johnny Munt has been very hit or miss as a receiver for the Jaguars so far, but you can have enough threats at that spot to where if you come out in 13, it's not a guarantee that you're going to run. The defense has to play you honest a little bit. You also get them in their base personnel and potentially can take advantage of that with Brenton and all these other guys. So I think that it gives you a lot of different just opportunities and personnel packages that you can potentially use in this game as well. So that's a big part of it. Just the fact that Brenton Strange is a really good receiver, a really good blocker, and somebody who kind of furthers that mindset of physicality and toughness. It's big. So I'm really excited to just see him play football for the first time in a long time here today. And how much will he play? I would think, since the Jaguars, opened up his practice window last week, he practiced all week last week, he practiced all week this week, I would think he would play a decent amount. Would it be like his full allotment of snaps? Maybe not. And maybe because you've seen Quentin Morris kind of be really physical and Johnny Munt do an okay job, you don't feel like you have to have him out there all the time. And this is also a team that has been the number 1 team in 11 personnel, the Jaguars. They're running a ton of 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 running back. So not necessarily going to see all these things I'm talking about a lot, but it gives you that possibility if you're the Jaguars coaching staff. And I just can't wait to see how it plays out. I think that Liam Cohen will have some good stuff dialed up for Brenton Strange in this one, and Brenton Strange is going to go out there and execute. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.